welcome all of you to the show. This show is called The Book of John. It is about a bloke called John that I met. He's a driver, right, this guy. He's like a professional driver. I was going to say chauffeur, but that makes him sound posh, doesn't it? And John is definitely not posh, right? There's one thing he's not, he's posh. And the reason I hired him, I hired a driver in the first place, is because my life had gone a bit weird. And, not all bad, by the way. Some lovely things have happened to me in the last few years. I got married to a lovely woman called Sian. That was nice. Some Sian fans in there. Yeah, we got a lovely little dog called Rosie. We've got a nice place to live. And then it sort of went tits up from there. So my mother died a horrible, cruel, long, drawn-out death from Alzheimer's. My dad had a heart attack the following week. I know, but survived, but then went into a care home, and then unfortunately died during lockdown, so we couldn't get to see him. He died on his own in a home. All have been through this kind of stuff, I know. What else? My wife got diagnosed with an agonizing, incurable condition called endometriosis that some of you will know about, possibly suffer with. I had a stroke. Or a mini stroke, I should say. I got diagnosed with ADHD. I got diagnosed with dyslexia. What else is there? Oh, and we've been trying and failing to have kids for 8 years. There we go. Fucking clapping that. Which bit of that did you not understand? Fucking hell. Oh, I'm glad I came. Yes, the world is in a bit of a state, but this is really cheering me up, all this. Yes, oh, wonderful. You're strap in for the big laughs, Cardiff. If this is why you've come, to get away from the misery of the world out there, you have come to the right show, madam, I'll tell you that. Absolutely, this show's got the lot. Death, strokes, Alzheimer's, faulty nutsacks, you fucking lap it up. Lap it up, you fucking weirdo. Well, I'm calling you a weirdo, I'm doing the show about this shit. Yeah, this is how I met John. All this stuff happening is how I met John. Basically, when my mum died, right, my dad's in hospital with a heart attack. I can't drive because I've had a stroke, so I was trying to organise my mother's funeral on public transport, right? I don't mean the funeral was on public transport. You know what I mean. The funeral was in Wales. I was in London most of the time. I was on public transport, going back and forth to Wales, trying to sort things out. And I wasn't coping very well on the train. But basically, I hired a driver to get me through that difficult period, right? And that driver was John. And I know how that sounds, by the way. I know how lucky and privileged I am to be able to hire a driver, right, when life gets a bit... But fuck me, we had nothing in common. I disagreed with every single thing that man said, everything he did. Sometimes just a thought. I could see him thinking in the rearview mirror. Well, that's bollocks for a start, right? Don't even say that out loud, mate. Things are bad enough when I'm cooped up all day, every day in a car with this twat. He's not a nasty twat, don't misunderstand me. There's not a nasty bone in his body, right? He's just an irritating twat, is what he is. Right, irritating. But he became my inspiration. The wind beneath my comedy wings. What's the word? My muse. That's the word. The only reason I'm here tonight is because of John, because John had a gift, right? He had a gift. He had a wonderful, this is a very rare gift. This is the greatest gift you can give to any comedian, right? John is thick as shit and loves to talk. Right? Thick as shit, and he knows fuck all about anything, right? But he's got a really strong opinion on all of it. Still the type of... Do you know a John? Do we all know a John? I know. And you always knew when it was coming, because he always said, the thing is. Right? Whenever the best stuff was coming, he'd go, the thing is, John. I'd be like, hang on, I'll get my pen. Hold that thought. Hold that thought, John, stay with me. In the end, I couldn't keep up. I was writing it down. It was too much of it. I had to start recording him on this is a little dictaphone. A voice recorder. I started recording him on this, and then I would write it up when I got home, right? And this is the result, basically. This is the Book of John, of the title of the show. This is a faithful record of many of our conversations in the car. I'm going to start you off with an easy one, right? I will ease you in gently with a 40-minute argument about frozen prawns. Here we go.